So today was really cloudy, but as soon as we came outside, the sun said, "What's up?" So we getting a little vitamin D while we out here too. So it's the best of both worlds. One of the reasons why I stopped eating meat, I started being a little more conscious of what I put into my body, is because I wanted to break generational trauma. And by generational trauma, I mean just thinking that we all are going to eventually have some type of disease. I hear a lot of people say, well, I mean, I'm going to get old one day anyway. And it's like, no, like, living that way is not necessarily true. Like, a lot of these things are not genetics. It's not passed down. It's literally the lifestyle that we're living. You know what I'm saying? I am a testimony of that. When I ate BS, I always felt sluggish. I had back acne. I was always moody. I had bad cramps. And I know my mom watched my vlog, so she can tell you, like, even my friends throughout growing up, like, I would be very nauseous. I would be sick, you know, and of course, they tried to prescribe me a medication, and I'm going to get on that a little later. But it's like, once you start realizing it's the way that we eat, like once I switched over my diet and I started eating a little bit cleaner and I started becoming a little bit more in tune with my body, like my cramps went away, my cycles they went from 5 days to 2 days. Like, it was just some powerful stuff going on. And it's just like, that's what this vlog is about. That's what my channel is about. It's just bringing awareness to eating better. No, I'm not perfect. No, I'm not pushing it on y'all. But again, the more you know, the more you kind of, you'll realize a lot of the stuff is in our foods and our washing detergents, everything. But that's another vlog for another day, y'all, okay? And me, like, I'm the outcast. I'm the only one in my family that has stopped eating meat. So if I'm the one that's supposed to break that generational trauma that we got going on, then I'm her, okay? We in nature, y'all. I'm saying the bugs is bugging. But when you vibrate high, the bugs just come to you, okay? Second point is big. They make $8 billion, over $1 billion a year. Let that sizzle in your spirit, okay? They only make money if you are sick. It can't be $1 billion business unless you're sick. And I read a statistic, and I'll try to find it for y'all, or y'all could try to find it and let me know in the comments. Majority of Americans take at least one prescription. And I'm just kind of like, of course they're going to put the stuff in the food. Like, when you start putting two and two together, y'all, you start realizing, like, when the last time you know somebody that eat fruit, a watermelon or some grapes or something like that, and like, oh, I got a tummy ache. No, you eat chemicals and you like, dang, I got the itis, or I got to go to sleep, or I don't feel well, or I'm bloated, So it's just like, again, breaking generational trauma. Like, I'm going to take initiative to treat myself better because I deserve it, And that goes into my third point, and I only got 4 for y'all, and then I'm going to cut it real short. The most important one to me is my father. He left this realm, and that was pivotal for me. I owed it to myself because when my father was actually here, I was trying to eat healthy. But one thing that I always tried to get my dad to do was to eat healthier. And if you know my daddy, he was hard-headed. But I don't blame him because, again, that's generational trauma. He was taught a certain way to eat, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. Like, if you're familiar with gout is a form of arthritis. And you can't tell me the things that we eat don't affect our body. And that's just one of many things that I won't get into. And it wouldn't flare unless he ate certain things. Uric acid building up in the body, or uric acid is in meat, He would eat a certain thing and then he would have a flare up, or his thumb would flare up, or his toe would flare up. And I'm just kind of like, you know what? These things have an effect on our body. I miss my dad tremendously, tremendously, y'all, tremendously. And that's another reason I'm doing this for him as well, because it was just kind of like the discipline that was missing is something that I wanted to do while he was here, and we kind of do it together. And since he is within me, I understand that I got to take care of my body, and I have to watch the things that I put into my body and to my temple. So Dad, this for you. Okay, this is for you, honey. This is for us. All right. The last one is things I wrote this down because it was very powerful and I did not want to forget. I said things that are packaged keeps us in our lowest chakra and frequency. And that is true. The things that are packaged have dyes in it, chemicals in it, red 40, yellow 40, yellow number 2, all these things that we can't even pronounce. And what we have to understand is the front of the label is always marketing. And I try to tell my family this, I try to tell my friends this, and I didn't know this as well. I had no idea. I used to always look at just the front of the label. And then once I started digging a little deeper, it was kind of like, yo, I really been getting scammed. It's really not about the front. It's about when people read the back, they only look at the nutritional facts, which is, oh, how many calories this got in it, or how much sugar does it have in it? And it's not about that, y'all. Let me tell y'all the most important part. The most important part, y'all, is, let me lift this up. The most important part, y'all, check this out, is the ingredients. And if you know, I say it a lot, when you read the ingredients label, the one that's listed first, the very first ingredient on a package is what they predominantly put into it. So if you're looking at a package and the first ingredient says canola oil, then you got to understand that specific thing is predominantly canola oil. So you just have to be mindful. We just have to be mindful of what we put into our body, because if you read through some of these things, my saying is, if you can't pronounce it, what it is, don't put it into your body. You see what I'm saying? Because it's just like, if I can't read it, imagine what it's doing to your body once you digest it. You see what I'm saying? So those are the things that leave us sluggish, having reactions that we shouldn't have, having us feeling bloated, digestive systems. Now you popping over-the-counter medication. And it's just like, it's time for us to just do a little bit better, break these generational curses and trauma, and just, start living a little bit better, y'all. So I'm going to be real. I am going to take it in the house because my parking pass is almost up out here. I came outside to get some vitamin D. That's another thing. The vitamin D level, my vitamin D level was low. That's what they tried to do. Prescribe me some over-the-counter medication. But you know what? Natural. It's natural. It naturally comes from the sun. So you know what I said? When they told me I had low vitamin D, I said, baby girl, you got to get out in the sun. You see what I'm saying? Nature always has the answers. And if we can get back to that, then we got to understand, overstand, and understand that God provides everything that we need right here. It's right in front of us. You see what I'm saying? It's nothing synthetic. It's all real. You see? So yeah, y'all, I'm going to take it in the house. Try to take y'all to the grocery store so I can show y'all some of the things that I'm talking about of how to read these labels. It is nothing but bugs flying on me right now. I'm going to enjoy my background, and I will catch y'all when I get inside of the house, y'all, okay? They not like us.